In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a form on your landing page or web page with Wix, a form that is fully customizable. You don't have to choose something off the shelf or something that's already existing or another app. This is how you create it from scratch, including the database to which all of the entries will be going. Stick with me. First thing is I'm going to go to Content Manager. And in Content Manager, these are the databases that I currently have. And those are databases for different reasons. Let's create a new collection. And we're going to call this collection Project Management. I can put spaces, and that's okay. Create the collection. Now it's going to create a database to which we're going to be able to add things. So right now it has 4 hidden fields. I'm not sure what they are. Their ID, create date, update, and owner. That's fine. I do need to add a few fields, if you will. So the first one I'm going to call first name. Field key is going to be first name. That's good enough. What is it? It's a text. Let's see. Text. Do I have anything else for text here? No, I think text would be the best. Personally identifiable information. I'm going to say yes. The content of this field is therefore encrypted. Save. We have one more field. Let's add another field. We're going to call it last name. Type is text. We are going to say that this is personally identifiable and therefore it's going to be encrypted as well. Save. And I'm going to add just one more, and that's I'm going to call this one email. Email is enough. Save. We're good. This is the database. The database is now created and it's called Project Management. What I'm going to do now here is I'm going to add an element, and the element I'm going to add is going to be called input. There it is, input. And for now, I'm just going to do something like this. Of course, that's not where I want it. I'm going to put it here, and the question I'm going to ask here is going to be not what is your number, but I'm going to say first name. This is a placeholder text. It's not default text, so when you start typing, this is going to disappear. Is it required? This is going to be required. Unformatted. I guess we're going to see later if there is a possibility for an email. Add. Let's see if I can add the database here. Content Manager. There we go. Data set. Let's see. There. I added a data set here, but I didn't connect it to anything specific, so I'm going to have to choose which collection, and the collection we're choosing is Project Management. So now Project Management is connected to this page. This is not a read only, this is a write only, because we want to enter data. I want the users, the viewers, to enter data. So we did that. Now if I go back here, connect to database, this is already the default first name. We want to connect it to first name. And that's pretty much it. It is mandatory. If I'll go back, I'll see what else do we have there. But let's add another user input. The second input is going to be, again, a simple text box. I'm going to put it here. We're going to call it last name. Last name, again, it's not required. I'm going to uncheck required. Unformatted, we'll leave it at that, and we will connect it to same database, but we're going to connect it to the last name field. Okay, so we got first name, last name. Let's add one more. Email address. input another field. Email address. It's not placeholder. It is required this time. Let's check in formatted. I'm going to leave it as unformatted. I'm not going to mess too much with that. Email, text. I guess I neglected to. Nope. Email is good. And let's see, settings, placeholder, email. It is required and it's unformatted. Okay, these are the three. One more thing we're going to need is we're going to need a we're going to need the checkbox. So add input. I think radio button is going to be the type of button that I want. I have, or maybe we'll do a checkbox. These are multiple. So the important part is that there are checkbox. There are multiple checkbox, which means that I can choose many of them. Radial buttons are typically just one. And if you scroll through it, you can see what else you have there. So I'm going to choose this type. I guess the color already helps me. And let's move it here. Let's manage the choices. And by managing the choices, I'm going to start eliminating choices. So they have birthday cards. Let's delete. Gift wrap. Let's delete. And now we have only one. And we're going to change the name. I'm going to write yes. Please send me additional information. And I'm going to say done. So let's take this and put it right underneath. And as you can see from the pink line on the left, it's aligned with the others. Okay, one more thing that we need a button. And so I'm going to say add. And we're going to choose a button. And, this time I'm going to choose this button. And I'm going to say, I'm going to call it, let's just call it subscribe. And maybe even make the text a little bigger. Customize the design. Text currently is 12 points. I'm going to move this so we can see what other sizes look like. Let's go for 16. 16 looks like a good size. Maybe even 18. Yep. You know what? Maybe even 20. 20 looks a little too big, so I'm going to stick with 18. 18 looks professional enough. I'm going to put it here. And I still am going to link it to the database. So it's connected to Submit. So this is what we're going to do. Actually, you know what? Submit would be the best name for it. What would we want to happen? We can add a success message. Let's add a success message. And the success message would be your content had been submitted. You know what? That's a good default. Let's go back and see what else do we need to define here. We need to add a link, I think. No, cancel. Let's go back and see failure message. I'm not going to do a failure. When success, navigate to stay on this page. We can stay on this page. Label connects to. Actually, we don't have anything to connect it to. So I think this would pretty much be it. This is maybe I'll just change the name here to subscribe to my, or instead of send me additional information, yes, please subscribe me to your mailing list. Done. Still fits here pretty well. And let's just take a look at what this looks like. If I do a I'm going to do a save just to be on the safe side, even though it's probably already saved. If I go to preview, I'm going to have Yoram. Don't put anything here. Yoram@romatics.com. Please check box. Yes, I checked the box. Subscribe. Your content has been submitted. Back to editor, and let's go to the database and see if something actually did enter over there. We are currently in the sandbox, so this is not production, but look at what we've got here. If I go to this, I can actually make it checked by default. So now you can see that there is a checkbox just by definition. Let's go to the settings. I actually can decide if I'm going to put a title or not, and I would prefer not to put a title. So now it's just very simple, not too many words over there. When I connect it, for some reason, it did not let me connect to this allow. And so I'm going to say to just create another collection field. So this is another way to do it instead of working on the database and then linking to fields that are already there. On this one, I'm just going to call it subscribe. Field type is, I guess, tags. I don't know if there are no other options. Don't seem to have. And I'm going to say add. Hopefully I did add. And if I go to the database now, let's see if there's a new field there. There's a new field called subscribe. So I can pretty much delete this one. Don't need this anymore. Yep, I can delete it and save. Let's go to preview. Let's save first. Go to preview one more time. And in preview, I'm going to have Mike at bbb.mmm.com. See that this is checked by default. I can uncheck it, but remember that it's mandatory, so it has to be checked. And then I subscribe. Your content has been submitted. I think I need to move where the subscribe button is. Let's go back to editor. And first of all, maybe we can just put everything down here and make it look even cleaner. Now we're aligned on the center line. And let's take a look at what the Content Manager shows now. Project management. We're in the sandbox. We got the B and the subscribe. This time it says, yes, please subscribe. So I captured the fact that they allowed me to subscribe them. And that is important, that people do know what they subscribe to, what did they do. So I'm going to move this. Actually, I can leave it here because what I'll do is I'll put the text to the right side. And what I'm going to write is just... there was a title there that looked pretty good. This one looks pretty good. And what I'm going to write is subscribe to our mailing list. This looks good. I'll move it up a little. This looks like a good place for it. Maybe slightly higher. Yep, now I'm in line with this. Let's change the color. Actually, it's already bold. Let's change just the color. That's all I wanted to change. Add color 79. I guess I just need to do it one at a time. 23. 160. No. 168. I'm going to say add. See that we got this shade of purple. Maybe I'll add just one more piece of text. We'll add a paragraph right underneath. And I'm going to write to be. This looks good. Maybe slightly to the right. We'll move everything slightly to the right. Maybe I'll even give this text the same color. See, now it's one of the selections. And this is it. This is our landing page. If I take a look at preview, I can see what the landing page is going to look like. Starts with the video. Click on the video. You'll watch that video, see another hyperlink here. This is a free download. So I'm going to save. I'm going to do one more little thing, and that is take a look at mobile, switch to mobile, and see what this looks like on mobile. I think that maybe what I want to do is the free infographic, move it above these two so we can drag these two a little. In fact, I would probably move the entire text here. I'll move it up here. It's not very easy to play with it here, but it's doable. Get even further down. I think that I can probably come down as low as here. And then I will have enough space. Free infographic. See that I can move it so that it's aligned with the center line. I will probably get the the book from Amazon is one thing. Maybe get this a little up. Here is the list. Subscribe to our mailing list, and it looks good on mobile as well. It's saved, and at this point I am going to publish it. Got the check mark. It is published. I'll go into the I'm using another browser just to make sure that this works well. www.yoramsolomon.com/project management. And what happens when I get there? This is our new website. If I click on this,
well, I'm about to tell you about the biggest thing.
Got the video. If I click on this, new tab opens. I get the page. If I click it here, still the same handout. If I click on the book, takes me to Amazon. If I get my name here, go to the database settings, edit settings. Instead of being a form submission database, it was a site content database. As soon as I changed it to form submission, I was able to use the other form that I'm currently using in another browser and do Maya this time, A at B. Yes, please subscribe. If I don't do this, it says you have to check the box, subscribe. Now we get this message. And if I go back here, I'm not going to see it in the database because this is the sandbox. This is what I played from within the editor. If I go to live, I can see this is the latest one that just added. So don't forget that live is where you get content that was really submitted to your website. And I used a different browser, so it didn't really connect me. Whereas the sandbox is how you submit it to through the editor. So at this point, this is our page. This is a landing page. The landing page has the title, has a video with a bit of an explanation, free infographic download. Wherever you click, you're going to download it. Download it here. Here's a link to the book. Get the book. And finally, subscribe to our mailing list with a form that allows people to subscribe. It is published already. Doesn't matter if I press it one more time. Again, as I said, it is not something that's available. If I went to preview mode, it is not something that's available at the highest level, so you don't see it here. So that makes it a landing page on my website. I recorded this video for you based on what currently exists and what I know right now. But things change, new technology, new products, new software versions, new ideas that I get, some of them from viewers like you. If you want to be informed when I release new videos with new or updated content, subscribe to this channel and get notified when I release them. Oh, and you can also like this video. Also, check out my resources for speakers like you who want to do things yourself at thediyspeaker.com.